You can buy the best educational toys and send your child to the best private schools, but none of it will matter if these two tiny nutrients are missing from their plate. Without them, a child's brain literally cannot build proper neural connections. Thinking slows down, focus drops, learning becomes harder. You may start seeing mood swings and tantrums. And today, as a pediatrician, I'll show you how a hungry brain can mimic ADHD or autism-like behaviors, and how we sometimes unknowingly steal our children's IQ just by overlooking what's on their plate every day. Don't click away, I'm not going to teach you complicated meal plans. Like always, I'll share simple rules that actually work in real life, even for busy parents. The kind of things I realistically manage myself as a busy mom. Iodine and selenium. These are two critical nutrients for a child's developing brain. You've probably heard about iodine. Selenium? Most parents haven't. Selenium plays a key role in the immune system, including protection against oncology. And yes, unfortunately, children can get sick too. But here is the most important part. Iodine and selenium work as a team. Think of it this way. Iodine does the main job, and selenium activates and regulates it. Too little iodine, the system slows down. Too much iodine, that can actually harm the brain. And selenium helps to neutralize the excess. Now, why does this matter so much? Iodine is essential for thyroid hormones, and these hormones control how the brain is built. They help form the insulation around nerve fibers, so signals in the brain can travel fast and efficiently. I've talked before about how a child's nervous system is still developing up to around age 7. Every signal in the brain is a skill, a reaction, a thought. And for those signals to travel properly, nerve fibers need insulation. Like wires, healthy fats are the building material, but iodine and selenium are the ones giving the command. Use these fats. Build the system. No command, no construction, even if the diet looks healthy. And when that system doesn't build properly, it affects everything, but especially cognition, behavior, and emotional stability. Even a mild deficiency of iodine and selenium can cost a child up to 15 IQ points. It can reduce focus, slow thinking, affect memory and learning ability, and increase mood swings and tantrums. And here is the part many parents don't know. Deficiencies in iodine and selenium have been linked in research to a higher risk of ADHD-like and autism-related symptoms, because without them the brain simply can't develop properly. So even without a true diagnosis, a child's brain may start behaving as if something is wrong, and the longer the deficiency lasts, the harder it becomes to fully reverse. Of course, iodine won't cure autism, and I actually have a separate video on early true autism signs that parents often miss. But it can remove the extra layer of problems caused by a poorly nourished brain and make a child's life much easier. Deficiencies of iodine and selenium often begin even before birth. But it is precisely between the ages of 1 and 3, when a child's brain makes its major leap, that we can either help him with this nutrition or slow down his development for years to come. So where to get them? Main iodine sources are seafood, seaweed, eggs, and for kids over 3 and adults, iodized salt. Write a number from 0 to 5 in the comments below. How many of these foods has your child eaten in the last week? Honestly, as a mom, I'll understand if it's 0. Selenium sources are whole grains, turkey and chicken, nuts, especially Brazil nuts, seeds, and legumes. Now the key question. Why are toddlers the most at risk? About 1/3 of the world lives in iodine-deficient regions, and children under 3 are the most vulnerable. There are 3 main reasons for this, and, at the same time, let's go through how to fix each of them. The first is a chaotic transition to the family diet. As soon as a child moves to the family table, their diet often becomes chaotic. If the family doesn't regularly eat seafood, seaweed, eggs, there is simply nowhere for the body to get iodine from. For adults and older children, iodized salt often helps cover these needs. but children under 2 are not recommended to have added salt, and after age 2, it's allowed, but in very small amounts. What's the solution? Make sure your child gets enough iodine-rich foods and try to keep an eye on the overall diet. On the screen, you'll see examples of what a child's diet should roughly include to meet iodine needs. Take a screenshot right now. And one important note, not all seafood is safe for children under 3. For example, predatory fish like tuna are not recommended because of higher mercury levels. We'll definitely talk about this in one of the next videos. The next reason, picky eating. Toddlers are natural conservatives when it comes to food. Fish and seafood often have a strong smell and specific texture, and these are usually the first foods kids reject. What's the solution? Offer enough alternative iodine-rich foods. You'll see examples on the screen. You can also use iodine-fortified dairy as a helper. Most toddlers will accept it much more easily. Children naturally gravitate toward quick carbs, refined, easy-to-eat foods made from white flour, and many parents either forget or don't know that nuts can be introduced from around 6 months in a safe ground form. Therefore, try to accustom your child to healthy whole grain products right away and introduce nuts and seeds into their diet as soon as it's allowed. You can occasionally choose selenium-fortified products, which are usually easy to find in supermarkets. And you can also use a real selenium boost, Brazil nuts, grounded for the small ones. And the third reason, growth spurts. Between ages 1 and 3, kids grow in bursts. During these periods, demand for thyroid hormones increases, and so does the need for iodine and selenium. But intake often doesn't keep up, so the only real solution is consistency in diet. And if your child is extremely picky, it may be worth discussing supplementation with your pediatrician. The key is timing and knowing what to look for, and I'll try to help you with that. If the examples I shared don't fit your child's diet, leave a comment under my pinned message, and I'll try to guide you. See you in the next video. Kids by Science, where proven wellness for kids meets real life.